So I was doing my daily browsing of my YouTube comments when I stumbled across a person saying I should talk about Plants vs. Goblins. Now, I had zero idea on what Plants vs. Goblins was until I looked it up. I thought it was just one game until I looked at the App Store and found out there's a Plants vs. Goblins franchise. So hey, I'm working on a pretty big video right now and it'll be nice to take a break and play these true masterpieces. Before we begin, I need you for an upcoming video. Yes, you. To find out more on how you can be in a future video, please join my Discord in the description. More details will be in there. Plants vs. Goblins 1 opens up and already there's a terrible menu. It kinda has an almanac, but instead of funny little descriptions, it just gives you bare-bone explanations. See, it's like when your father promises that he'll give you an Xbox for Christmas, but instead he just leaves for milk. Anyways, I hop into the first level and a goblin immediately spawned before I can plant anything. This game is so fucking slow, it's unbelievable. Anyways, I beat the first level and get the cherry bomb. Now I would call it by its ripoff name, but it doesn't even have a name! And for some reason, the next level I tried to play, my recording for it froze. I beat it, and I think that's my sign to move on to Plants vs. Goblins 2. Overall, this game was extremely bad. Now, of course, when you have an already bad thing, the best thing to do is make more bad stuff. However, the two first prequel movies were pretty bad, and then it had an amazing third one. So maybe, just maybe, the second one might be good. Now you could say, "Oh, Malevins, that makes zero sense." Shut up. So this one opens up with a better menu? Still not what I would define as good, but better. This one has better graphics than the first one, but they still aren't very great. The gameplay is practically the exact same as the first one. Kill the goblins and don't let them reach your house. Interestingly enough, the pea shooter from the first one got a redesign. In fact, the goblins got a redesign as well. To add to that, there are some gameplay additions as well. There are these upgrade potion things that make your pea shooter shoot 3 peas instead of 1, and they have plant food here as well. I thought if I used plant food on an upgraded pea shooter, it would just do the regular pea shooter plant food attack, but nope, it did its own unique one. Bravo, devs! Now, I didn't include this in the script, but the movement speed of the goblins is actually improved, meaning the game doesn't run at a snail's pace anymore. Overall, Plants vs. Goblins 2 is an overall improvement, but still not good. But hey, if this keeps up, we may actually have a good one on our hands soon. Alright, on to Plants vs. Goblins 3. Alright, I warned him to go make the two stupid minigames you've ruined my entire career over. Good. Have the other two been published yet? The Plants vs. Goblins or whatever the fuck they're called, I don't know. Well, yeah, but they received poor ratings. Whatever your master plan is, I don't think it's going into its full effect. Are you joking? That's exactly what we want to happen. What is this master plan you won't tell me about anyways? Alright, since I guess you did my bidding, you are worthy of the plan. Alright, fine. Here's the plan. We trick some random dude into getting us the Zombie Quick, Zombie Nimble minigame and the Airplane minigame. I cannot tell you what the Airplane minigame is for yet. Then, in the second game, they implement the fast forward button that moves everything at a 2x speed, and we do the same in the second one of our game. Then, while players beat Plants vs. Zombies 2, they will come to Plants vs. Goblins 3 to get more PvZ action, if you get what I mean. However, we will make the game move at a snail's pace, so they'll be forced to buy our 2x option. And so what, we make a shit ton of money? Yes, exactly. We need the game to bomb too, so people will check out the third game as a joke or in some random YouTube video. Alright, and we're splitting the money 50-50, I'm guessing?
Correct.
Alright, see you when the plan goes into effect, I guess. Little does he know, I'm going to betray him. But you're gonna have to wait until next episode to see the betrayal. So, why don't you go and like and subscribe? So first thing first, the game forces you into a 16:9 aspect ratio, which you guys won't be seeing for most of this bit, but you know how when something is forced into a 16:9 aspect ratio, they usually put black borders on the sides? Yeah, no. They just kinda let it glitch out, and it was really annoying while I was recording this. However, the menus are pretty good. Nothing that blew me away, but they're pretty good. So in this one, the plants have fucking guns and are just lighting up the goblins. And I didn't expect this, but the pea shooter actually attacks from close range in this one, which is a bit of a surprise. And that mechanic alone got me thinking, and this one actually has an identity of itself. Although this one may have its own identity, the game just still isn't good. The game moves at a ridiculously slow pace, and the fast forward button costs $5! Also, this game just feels like it's trying to be edgy for the purpose of being edgy. Overall, not a very good game, but it's alright, and it's improved from Plants vs. Goblins 2. I can't wait to see how the fourth one is! It's a bad sign when this one has a rating of 2 on the App Store. So you know how I said the franchise was improving? Yeah, no, I immediately opened it up, and this reminds me of Angry Birds already. Well, let's go and play the first— What the fuck is that, an Eldritch Abomination? Let's just try and move past that. So already the seed slots aren't properly fitting on my screen, which is never a good sign. Before I can plant 3 sunflowers, they immediately send a goblin at me. Did I mention that this game is somehow slower than Plants vs. Goblins 1? Yeah. There's no fast forward button either. You know, if they actually would have put in the effort at least making a monetized version, which would still be awful and greedy, but at least it's there. And you know how I said that Plants vs. Goblins 3 finally had an identity? Well, this one just stripped it away and just kind of went back to copying Plants vs. Zombies again. So you know how a good sequel is supposed to use the roots of its source material and add onto that while you were still sticking to the original material? And you know how Plants vs. Goblins 3 was a good sequel that stuck to its roots but innovated the franchise for good? Yeah, Plants vs. Goblins 4 doesn't do that. If we want to talk about this game even longer, I think I'll get a migraine, so let's just move on. Plants vs. Goblins 5 has the highest rating out of all the Plants vs. Goblins games with a 4.2. However, my original recording got corrupted, and the second one that is playing right now is a bit choppy, so I apologize for that. So this one took a garden warfare approach, interestingly enough, and switched the entire genre around. This one is now a top-down shooter where you team up with some other people and kill hordes of goblins together. There are items scoured across the map, and it kind of felt like Dead Ops Arcade, but the difference in this one is that all you do is run around in circles until you win. The multiplayer was pretty fun, but that recording corrupted. This one is the only Plants vs. Goblins game that I'm officially saying is fun. I'm not gonna return to it, but it was fun nonetheless. Once again, it was alright. If I had to rate it, I'd probably rate it a 6.5. Plants vs. Goblins is truly a bad rip-off franchise. See, there are good rip-offs out there. I mean, look at PvZ Heroes, for example. It ripped off Hearthstone, but it still has its own personality and its own charm. Playing through these games gave me a really good laugh, and I hope this video gave you a good laugh as well. If it did, please like, maybe subscribe, and join my Discord server, please. Alright, Malevance out. See you in the next one.